So if we can just do these quick little things while we're trying to bring in what it is that we want, then we can so easily manifest whatever we desire just by simply regulating our nervous system, because our body will then be ready to receive it. Hi, Rachel here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I am a feminine life coach, stay-at-home mom, wife, and artist. And on this channel, I talk about how feminine energy has transformed my life and how it can yours too. Today's topic, we'll be talking about nervous system regulation and how that can help you to achieve your goals. If you're struggling with not knowing why you're not achieving your goals, most likely has to do with you not being ready, your body not being regulated to experience that level of growth. So I'm going to go into talking about how we can regulate our bodies to attract in and bring in and keep more abundance into our life. If you're watching this, you've probably experienced some limiting beliefs that have kept you from achieving your goals, and you may not even realize that that's what it is. In my adult life, I've learned different techniques that have helped me to achieve my goals with more ease. Being a feminine life coach, I teach women how to connect to their feminine energy, their divine feminine energy, so that they can attract their desires. Feminine energy is all about receiving. So how do we use this this receiving energy to bring in, to attract, to make manifest the things that we truly desire and that we want to accomplish? Well, I'm going to teach you 9 ways how to do this, how to regulate our bodies so that when we do bring something in, or when something is about to happen that we truly desire, that we want to make manifest, it doesn't just escape and leave the grasp of our hands, and we are able to then bring it into our reality without any nervous system hiccups. So the first one is deep breathing. And when you deep breathe, it signals to the body that you are safe. It signals to that anxious part of your brain that you are safe. And actually, when your lungs stretch out, that is triggering the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you don't know, the sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight, and our parasympathetic nervous system is our rest and digest. And so when our parasympathetic nervous system is triggered and influenced, then we can relax and rest into our state, wherever we're at, whatever we're doing. There are different techniques on how to deep breathe, but one of them is box breathing. So you want to breathe in on the count of 4 in and hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out for 4 seconds, and then hold it for 4 seconds. And this helps to reset your nervous system. Another way is to breathe in twice. So you would go and then breathe out through your mouth. And what that does is it reduces the amount of CO2 that you have in your body. So you're taking in extra oxygen with 2 breaths and releasing it all out through your mouth. And the reason that that is so important is because it is reducing your heart rate, making you feel less tense and more focused. So deep breathing, super important. Yoga. Yoga actually releases endorphins in our bodies. It's that feel-good hormone. So I've had to question myself. Sometimes I'm like, why do I feel good after yoga, but before I start doing a workout, I just can't convince myself to actually do it, because I know that I'll feel better afterwards, but I just can't get into it. And that could be a nervous system regulation, limiting beliefs, your subconscious really not wanting you to move past a certain level because it feels safe where it is. But when you move past those limiting beliefs of your ego saying, don't do this, we need to be safe, we need to stay where it's comfortable and where we're used to, then you can actually pursue the goals that you are trying to accomplish. And yoga is so important for our bodies, not only for stretching, and there's so many different points in our bodies where we hold a lot of tension and stress, and yoga helps to release those things. But just like I said before, it releases endorphins in our bodies. So if anything, it makes you feel good afterwards. So that's why yoga is so important. The next one is meditation. I have been doing meditation consistently for about 3 years now. It has completely transformed my life and has made me a happier, more level-headed, easier to cope with life person. I am a mother of 3, so chaos is constantly surrounding me, but I'm able to handle those things a lot better than I did when I had my first child, which is ironic because I only had one at the time, not that much to handle, but the stress levels were so high. And so what meditation actually does is it deactivates our sympathetic nervous system. So I think that's really interesting because it's not something that just kind of puts it in the background and is there available to you. Like, it completely deactivates it. And it's been researched that over time, if you meditate, it reduces stress, anxiety, depression, and pain in your body. And the next one I'm a huge proponent for is exercise. Oh my gosh. When I was pregnant, I did not want to exercise, and I felt like I just needed to rest and relax. I had already had a stressful time raising 2 other kids and taking care of everything else, and I was just like, I don't have time to fit in a workout in my day. Like, that's not gonna happen. But what I didn't realize that it was actually so necessary, and it improved every aspect of my life. So I I had an appointment with my doctor, and I was bawling my eyes out crying because I was so stressed. The pregnancy hormones were flaring up, and I was just like desperate. I was like, I don't know what to do. I need to figure out something because I can't handle this stress all the time. I can't handle 6 more months of pregnancy and all of this stress. So we talked about a few options, and she suggested actually getting on some antidepressants. And I was totally against that. My husband was too, and we were just like, let's see if we can find another option. And so I started working out, and I didn't know if that would be the resolution I was looking for, but I was like, it's worth a shot. So I did it every single day. I worked out to the point of sweating and being a little bit out of breath. And that was about 20 minutes a day. And I'm telling you, my mood completely improved. I was able to handle stress a lot more fluidly, and it just was a lifesaver. And I was like, wow, exercising, who would have thought? I mean, I know people tell you that all the time, or at least I hear that a lot, but I just couldn't like bring myself to it. Again, it's like that limiting belief, that ego telling you, no, you don't need to, let's just stay comfortable where we are. But I'm telling you what, exercise, push past the ego and the limiting thoughts that are telling you you don't have time in your day to do it. Just do it, and you will be so thankful towards yourself. So what exercise does is it actually decreases your stress hormones, and it increases serotonin and neuroepinephrines in your body. And when you start to work out, it briefly ramps up your sympathetic nervous system, and then when you stop working out, your blood vessels dilate and your body can then relax and rest. And when you do this over time, your body is used to this back and forth balance of your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system, and then they're able to communicate more fluidly when you are consistently doing that. It actually like works them out too. It exercises those neurotransmitters so that they're more used to firing and knowing when to not and when to fire those neurotransmitters when needed. And something else that's similar to this, I was always skeptical of cold showers. And I know I've said this in a previous video that I'm like, cold showers are not for me. No, thank you. I like my warm showers, and I'm still that way. I don't know that I will make cold showers a regular thing unless they completely change my life. But since I've learned this from research, I've realized that cold showers are the same as working out. So it is triggering that sympathetic nervous system. And then when you get out of the cold shower or when you turn on the hot water, it triggers your parasympathetic nervous system. So it's doing that back and forth thing again so that you can then utilize both of those at opportune and healthy times and ways so that your body can handle anything that comes your way. Another interesting one is singing. I don't know if you've ever belted out your favorite song in your car and felt so much better after you did it. But the reason for that is because it's triggering your vagus nerve in your neck. And so your vocal cords are reverberating on that. And your vagus nerve is responsible for your parasympathetic nervous system. And something else that's similar to this is Om. It's not just like a chant, it actually triggers something in your body. The most correct way to pronounce it is A-U-M, which is A-U-M. It starts in your belly, so A is down here, ah, and then is up here in your chest. I'm not a good singer, so please don't criticize the and then it reverberates everything in your head. And so it is moving up your chakra system to reverberate your entire body. And what it's been said is, I forget who says this, my apologies, but Om is the bow and the soul is the arrow. And when there's tension on the bow, there is trajectory, there is action put into the bow, into the arrow. So it is a really cool trick to tune your body to the frequency of what it is that you're trying to bring in. Another technique is EFT tapping. So I'll show you a few of the techniques, but EFT tapping is just like acupuncture or acupressure. It's triggering the same meridians that acupuncture does. And as a result, your body can then relax and release, and it helps reduce stress and anxiety and also physical pain. All right, so here is what you would do. You would say what it is that you want to believe about yourself, or what it is that you're trying to bring in, or just reassure yourself of. So you would say this while you're tapping. And the points are right here under your brow and the inside of where your nose and your brow is. So you would tap those areas. There's also one on top of your head. And then there's one right here between your nose and your upper lip. And then on your chin, right below your lower lip. I think there's ones on the temples too. And then there's ones right here. And then on the back of your palms. And you don't have to do both at the same time. I mean, that's not possible. But you don't have to balance it out. If you want to, that's fine. But you can just do one of your palms. And then here, 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 here. And just do that over and over and over, and it will influence your parasympathetic nervous system. And so while you're in a relaxed state and you are resting and digesting, even spiritually digesting, and then you can bring into your reality that thing that you're saying over and over. And then the last one is nature. Just being out in nature. There are actually scientific research done that when you step outside, your body releases stress. I know like a lot of people will say just go barefoot walking. It actually has like been backed by science to be so helpful for our bodies, because the earth is receiving the electricity that's coming from our bodies, and we are receiving the electricity that's coming up from the earth. So it's a transaction when we step on the earth. I've actually seen videos of people when they are stepping on the ground with their shoes on, the electricity pulse that's coming to their body is way less than when they're stepping on the ground with their bare feet. It's amazing. I mean, like when there's so much anxiety in my body from a stressful event, or I'm just not able to process what's going on in the moment, I go outside and it immediately releases. It's amazing. I'm just like I love that. I love that God designed us the way that he did. This is Marley. Yeah, hi Marley. She's joining me for our video. And then the other thing about nature is the color green is actually proven to relax our bodies. And like if you think about, there's just a lot of science behind colors. I went to art school and we had to learn about that, because the way that marketing is done for businesses, especially like food industries, they are very like keen on the understanding of how our eyes perceive color. Like yellow and red together actually triggers like hunger in our body. So it's just like so interesting that it does that. Another thing in nature is birds. So if you are ever in a situation where there is going to be a hurricane or a big storm, you don't hear birds because they fly away to be safe. And so the opposite of that would be if we hear birds singing, we know in our minds that the environment is safe. So it triggers our parasympathetic nervous system to then relax and digest. Nature also helps us co-regulate. It's actually a biological need that we all have as humans to co-regulate, and we can do that in various ways. Trees are alive, so they can co-regulate with us. Humans, like if we just need a hug, the reason we need a hug is to regulate our nervous system, because we can share that electrical pulse with each other. And same with pets. That's why a lot of people have pets. It helps to regulate your nervous system. And it also lowers cortisol. The reason that it does trigger your parasympathetic is because it lowers cortisol and it increases oxytocin, which is the love hormone. And I say all that to say that regulating your nervous system can actually bring your body into a biological place where it can receive what it is that you are trying to bring in, that your body is not used to experiencing. And that is our number one issue when it comes to manifesting, is our bodies are not ready to regulate, to hold that energy, that frequency, that vibration of the thing that we want. And so if we can just do these quick little things while we're trying to bring in what it is that we want, then we can so easily manifest whatever we desire just by simply regulating our nervous system, because our body will then be ready to receive it. So that is my tidbit on feminine energy and how you can receive anything that you desire. I hope that was helpful, and I hope that you all have a great day.